And welcome to The Factor Uncensored. Thank you for joining us tonight. A Facebook Live featuring the inside conditions of a Houston mortuary has led to the business being temporarily shut down by the state. Today, the Texas Funeral Service Commission ordered Richardson Mortuary to cease and desist all operations immediately. According to officials there, at least 10 bodies were found lying on the ground and on cardboard. Richardson Mortuary was 14 days to meet code, has 14 days rather, to meet code and other criteria before the state commission will decide if they can reopen their doors. This is all happening while a stabbing investigation is underway. The person filming the Facebook live stream was stabbed by an employee, according to police, at the mortuary on Friday. The employee and the man allegedly got into a fight after that live stream. They told police the stabbing was in self-defense. In the meantime, the bodies have been taken to other funeral homes to be properly stored. Joining us to talk about it, attorney Jaira Davis. Glad to have you here. What a mess we have here in the city of Houston. My goodness.
I'm telling you. So I think we've talked about this before, but I'm a probate and estate planning attorney, right? So I handle, families losing their loved ones and families, attempting to prepare for that loss. But this is something that my clients are worried about constantly and consistently, is their bodies being mistreated or the bodies of their loved ones.
And you cannot, Jaira, plan for this. You just never know if it will happen. You can get all the wills drawn up.
Correct.
But if you run into a facility where there are problems, what can that family do?
Right. So there are ways to kind of, I guess, get some sort of closure with this issue, right? So of course you can talk to an attorney. There is abuse of a corpse, right? So that is an issue. That is something that's in the penal code. That is a felony under most of the counts. And you're looking at 6 months to 2 years in jail or a fine of like $10,000, right? There are other misdemeanors that could be associated with this issue, but frankly, you're also looking at kind of civil penalties, right? Like just the issue of kind of seeing your family member like that on a live stream, right? Because one of the young ladies reported having seen her grandma on the live stream and she went up there to take care of the issue, right? So mental anguish, things like that.
So that's their legal recourse. They could pursue
possibly
damages in court, civilly.
Absolutely. And also you're looking at issues with reimbursements from the funeral home, right? For the mistreatment of their family, because the funeral home does have a duty to do right by their family members' bodies.
And what we have here is these bodies will be stored until this funeral home get their approval or their license to operate again. Now, what do those families do in the meantime? So, so they just have to wait? What?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to kind of like wait this out and see what happens. But that's a whole other issue, right? Some people have prepared for funerals to happen, maybe this upcoming Saturday, maybe the next Saturday. People are flying in. There's lots of issues here, and so they're gonna have a big issue on their hands.
So what would be your best advice to these individuals who have been impacted by this, the first step they should take?
One, I would say document everything. That is the first step whenever you are looking to get some sort of legal recourse for an issue. And the next thing I would say is to contact an attorney who handles this specific issue.
Would that be you, Jaira? Jaira Davis, attorney here on The Factor Uncensored. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.